Hi, this is Robert Van Erlen, and I am very excited to be here today because I'm going to talk about really that employee experience, igniting that employee experience. So today we're going to learn a few lessons. I'm going to share a couple of just insights regarding how to really keep your employees engaged so that they want to kind of give that great experience, and why, mainly why that's important, because it is. Because I got to tell you, you notice every time. I was just recently, before I get started, let me tell you a little bit about my hat, because I think that's important, because this is all about an experience and relationship. The hat says Gabriel's Air Care. Now, most people don't develop a relationship with the guy that's fixing their air conditioners, but this guy, Gabriel, is unbelievable. I met him about 9 months ago, and I think I've had him working for about 9 months on various projects because he is so good about the experience. He's so good about follow-up. He's so good about, no matter what the situation is, you walk in, he's coming to your place, he's bringing the bottles of water in because he knows already your air conditioner is broken. You're calling him out. He might as well bring some water. Whether you take it or not, it's up to you. He brings Gatorade. He brings everything. He comes in with a whole crew. It's awesome to watch. And he also goes over and above. Our relationship is to a point where I've had to call on him on some other items that are not even related to air care. He's my go-to guy for everything. I even asked him, does he know anybody that can help me with this or that? That's what an experience is all about. But one of the things I'm really talking about is what? It's really owning the scenario, owning it. That is the key to giving a great experience, is you got to own it. I'll put a box over here and I'm gonna put a check mark it. You have to own the experience. You have to commit to it. I was just playing golf at PGA National just a few days ago. Great golf course, great resort, great everything. But what made it the experience was when I got there after missing my flight. You know how that goes when you miss your flight? It just can throw your entire day off. I missed it. It was a 5:45 a.m. flight, and I get there, and it's one of those situations where they can't check my bag in. And I was just like, oh, I'm saying this is going to be a long, painful day. And even the woman at the American Airlines counter customer service, she calmed me down a little bit. She goes, "It's going to be okay. We're going to get you on the next flight out, and you're going to make all the transfers, and you're going to be a little bit late tonight." And I did get in there late it was on Thursday night. I did get in there fairly late. And the first person I met was the valet bellman at the front. He greeted me and took my clubs, did the whole 9 yards. I went in, checked in, and then I needed to find an ATM machine. And both ATMs in the resort were not working. So I asked the front desk. They said, "So where can I find an ATM close by?" And they said, "There's one on property, but this is a big property. You can take an Uber or golf cart down and get to it, but it's quite a ways away. It's full. It's few blocks, literally." So when I told that to the valet driver, he looked at me and goes, "Hey, you know what? I can take you to where you need to go." And I thought that was great, that he was empowered and he owned it. There it is. He owned it. He knew exactly what I needed, and knew that taking me there was probably the best thing to do. And we got to know each other on the ride. I got to know about him, his family, his father, and all the types of things. And we would share some health experiences. I mean, it's just that type of thing. And every time we saw each other from that day forward, I knew that I was going to see that smiling face from Jim. He's going to be a great host, and he was the ambassador to that property. And because he knew he was the first person that most people were going to see before they experience anything on the golf course or anybody else on the property. And so those things do come up. But there's also those times where maybe the service isn't so great. And that happens to fall into, I think, another thing. And I like to call it this. Because there's opportunity, but opportunities can get either captured or they can get missed. Opportunity. And in this particular case, not long ago, in the same week, I experienced a situation where I went to a restaurant And it must have been fairly packed. The bar area was packed, and my buddy and I were just going to go in the bar and have some food and dine there. But they decided that it was too full and they weren't going to let anybody in. And I look at it this way: things definitely happen, but what happened in this case is that instead of owning it, it became, it's your problem. You came, we're packed, and I can't let you in. Instead of it being, how about this? We made a mistake. We let way too many people, or over capacity, and we really want you to have the best experience possible, and we can't give you that experience right now. So here's what we would like to do. If you're willing to come back, we'd love for you to come back and experience maybe something on us, and because we want you, whenever you come here, to have the best experience possible. And this is our fault, not your fault. We might be able to free things up in the next few minutes. If you give us your phone number, we'll send you a text message and have you come back, and we'll have something waiting for you when you come back. You see how easy that was? That's owning, and that's changing I call it changing the paradigm. And you get that opportunity no matter what it is that you're doing. I always look at it this way: when I eat out a lot, and sometimes the restaurant doesn't have everything that I'm looking for on the menu because they may run out of something. But there again, you have that opportunity to own it. You have that opportunity to maybe win even a new opportunity. But there's one other point I want to make, and that point goes like this. You have to be authentic in whatever it is that you're doing. Authentic. Authenticity is important. And that is I believe, the most important part of really giving that experience is being authentic, being real, looking at somebody and letting them know that you are present in the moment, and it is all about them, no matter if it's a good scenario or no matter if it's a scenario that might be just a little bit challenging because all of the components are not necessarily working that day. It does happen. So just to close, I want to tell you, owning it, you have that opportunity every day. Opportunity and being authentic. And with that in mind, I'd love for you to subscribe to my newsletter or subscribe to my podcast in the future. We're going to be doing many of these mini-series, and I look forward to getting to know you because every note does matter, and you matter also.